This is the formatting video for how to write a cover letter. We're using the How to Write a Cover Letter booklet from the Career Development website, and this is just one of the first pages showing a typical business format with the content, basic content for cover letter. We're also going to be using Microsoft Word, so I want you to open up a blank document like this, and then we're going to start with this information that's in the upper right hand corner, but we're going to start on the left hand side as we put that in. So in the blank document, have you type in your information. If you remember from the How to Write a Resume booklet, if it spaces out like this, make sure that you go to the line spacing options and remove the space after and change it to single space so that it looks like this. What many students will do to move this information over to the right hand side is they will use the Right Justify Align Right button and the ribbon. Don't do this. This is not a business format, and you don't want to right justify, nor do you want to fully justify your text. You want to have a common left margin. And so instead, leave this on the left-hand side, but then go back up to the indent buttons, like we did in the resume writing example, and increase your indent 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, maybe 8. Remember to include the date. Then drop down one line and include the identifying information for the person who is receiving your cover letter. Next, include the greeting and the middle three, or those 3 paragraphs. As we'll cover later, if we aren't sure of the gender of the person, and this could even be with Peter, it's okay to include the full name in the greeting. And then some people have asked about the having paragraphs like this instead, like you would do in some kinds of writing. And there's nothing wrong with this style, but I think it's easier to read if it's in the block format. So we're typically going to put the 3 paragraphs in this format. Next, we're going to include the closing, and then a reference to the resume, to the attached resume. And we're going to move that text over to make sure that it's aligned with your contact information up here. Just this part. So we're going to use the same tab so that it's aligned. Oops. Like that. You can see the dotted line shows how those two are lined up. And then this word here in a business letter is there to indicate that there is an attachment. If the attachment is mentioned in the body of the letter, you don't need to say what the attachment is. If you were sending this through US mail, you would enclose it in your envelope, and you would use the word enclosure instead of the word attachment. Those are the basics of the formatting for this. So next we're going to go to videos that are going to explain the content that we're just looking at right now in greater detail.